absolutely dreaded sports day.
Arms together, bring them up, knees up, point those toes.
Remember, just running and just that sense of being watched doing something that you feel that you can't do well.
It just reinforced the sort of negative feeling towards myself and sport and being active and PE in general.
And it really does affect your self-image if at an early age you feel that you're not valuable commodity to your peer group.
I think lots of us have had bad experiences at school for PE, including myself. And it wasn't cool to do PE at secondary school. And when you're of various sizes, when you're at primary school or find things difficult, PE sometimes becomes a real fear. PE is often sidelined. Lots of teachers are scared to teach PE. They're not confident because they haven't been taught properly how to do PE or have had very little training in PE.
Sharon Badger teaches reception at Weston All Saints Primary School in Bath. Today's new intake, however, are slightly older than her normal pupils. For Sharon is sharing her enthusiasm for PE with trainee teachers on a fundamental movement skills course.
Fundamental movement skills are the basic skills required to enable a child to participate in team games as they get older and as they move through the school. It's involving the movement of the body, specifically looking at the head, the trunk, the legs, the feet.
Stand anywhere you like. So this is where I discovered when I ran this course.
The course leader is Rachel Jefferson Buchanan, a keen advocate of the FMS principles due to their extensive trials in Australia.
It's not just a movement package, it's research-led. We have links with the university in Western Australia. There are schools that are trained and all teachers that are trained out there. So this is something that works. This is something that we can pick up and sprint run with.
One of you's observing, one of you's running.
There are 22 separate fundamental movement skills in all to be mastered between the ages of 4 to 8. To help a child master a skill, there's nothing like experiencing it for yourself.
Pair one, off you go.
In the sprint, we would focus on looking at what the legs are doing, whether the knees are lifted.
Pair two.
Whether there's a narrow pathway.
Pair three.
Then we'd move into head and trunk.
Pair four.
Is it stable? Are the eyes looking forward?
Pair six.
And then we'd finish up by looking at the arms.
Your arms vigorously backwards and forwards along there. They were, but they could have actually for speed, but you're carrying that.
But I think they're all in front like a child would be instead of going like that.
So this systematic approach enables us to break down the skills so that we can help children to improve their sprinting.
Last run, well done, we're still there.
I think I got excited about FMS because as a late developer for physical activity myself, I think it's really important to try and integrate physical activity as much as possible with the reception children and the children as they go through school.
And Sharon has been putting this into practice with her class for the last 7 weeks.
Oh, fantastic. Well done, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's advised that teachers concentrate on 4 or 5 fundamental skills each year.
The main areas of FMS that I'm focusing on at the moment are the line walk, the one-footed balance, the gallop, the skip and hop.
We start with our march because we've got to warm up, so get ready for the music. Ready and march. Knees
With a class new to PE, Sharon asks Rachel to be her assistant.
Move those up.
Lots of the children haven't done PE before they've come to school, and PE can be quite a scary experience when the children first start school.
And round. Back the other way.
I think it's important to model all things that you're expecting children to do, to demonstrate what fun PE is and how you're enjoying the lesson, so that hopefully that rubs off on the children
Forward. To the side.
and they soon enjoy the lessons.
And stop. Before we move on to the apparatus.
And having enjoyed a warm-up, it's now time for the fun of some fundamental movement.
Can I see a balance from all of you, please? First of all, we're going to skip around the room. When I blow my whistle, I want you to balance. Off you go. See if we can really balance this time. 1, 2, 3. This time, we're going to hop on one foot. Might need your arms to help you. When I blow my whistle, all steady, I want you to balance on your bottom. Off we go. Good girl, Celine. On your bottom, up. Oh, lovely. Fantastic. And up we get. Yeah.
Next, they transfer the FMS to the apparatus.
We're going to move around the apparatus. Remember, I don't like cues. And I want you to think, Jacob, because you did it so beautifully the other day, if we can do some tightrope walking on all the benches and pretend we're at the circus. Off you go.
When I trained as a teacher, we had very few lessons for PE.
Go.
1, 2, 3.
Fantastic.
We were always taught that children worked in small groups. Everybody had to go on the piece of apparatus and they would sit with their legs crossed in a nice straight line until all the groups had finished, and then they would move around. I prefer not to do it that way. I try and incorporate it that the children are free-flowing the whole PE lesson, and they're using some of the FMS skills to hop and skip or jump from one piece of apparatus to another, and try and discourage big cues and encourage the children to have a go at as many pieces of apparatus as possible, so they're being physically active for as much of the PE lesson as possible.
Arms up. Fantastic. In the middle. And good boy. Right, who's got the next one?
Sharon doesn't restrict FMS to PE. It can liven up maths,
14,
15.
16.
Good boy.
it can focus attention during art,
Let's see if we can balance. 1 foot off the ground. Let's see if we can do that again. Arms crossed. Well done. March.
That's not.
March up to the dinner hall. Okay, right. Riley has chosen that we're going to march to the dinner hall today.
and it can be used whenever the class move around school.
At the moment, the children are enjoying choosing different ways to move around the school.
Come on then, let's follow Riley up to the dinner
It's
hall.
a good way to promote positive behaviour. If they're behaving well, then they get to choose which way we move around the school, which increases their self-esteem. So it's a whole team-building activity again.
And fundamental movement skills are appearing in their play too. After break, it's literacy, FMS style.
Right, Sophia, where are we going?
What about?
Very quietly.
Incorporating jumping, balancing and galloping makes a story a far more visceral experience.
We're going on a bear hunt. We're going to catch a big one. What a beautiful day.
The good thing about FMS is that it does fit into our already existing curriculum. A river! By thinking about how the children splash in the water, I directed them a little bit more and said we're going to splash with our feet together than maybe I would have done a year ago.
And we can't go under it.
It's just fine-tuning things that we were already doing to incorporate the FMS.
Now this time, I want you to do it with your feet together. Splash, splosh, splash, splosh. Stop! What is it, William?
It's a bear.
It's a bear! Quick!
My initial feelings are that the first 7 weeks of school, the children are already developing their skills quicker. And I've been able to see them use it more in an informal atmosphere.
Stop! Back through the river. Splash, splosh, splash!
As well as a formal atmosphere in the PE lesson. And by developing these skills, it will encourage the team ethos of the classroom.
Squelch, squelch, squelch. Stop!
And as a reception teacher, my whole aim is to create a feeling of being part of a team within the classroom. If they feel confident in their PE and they feel confident in the activities they're doing in their games, it rubs off in the classroom as well. And they develop their coordination skills, and their hand-eye coordination improves in the classroom. They have to share in PE, they share better in the classroom. It's all interlinked.
I think I felt quite negative about PE to start with. I think I was scared of it and wasn't really sure where to start or what I should be looking for, what I should be doing. And that has definitely changed.
If I'm going to be a good teacher, I need to be able to approach every subject, with a fresh and open mind. And I'm very aware that this is something that I've got lurking demons that I don't want them to either unconsciously or consciously affect the children.
I feel a lot more confident about how to approach it, how to break things down, how to assess people, to know what to look for, and also just to show people the correct way of doing something. Until I did that, I had no idea.
On your bottom.
PE is really important in school because it's part of developing children's self-confidence. If they develop their physical skills, they are able to perform, I believe, better in the classroom.
Now, very slowly, I want you to lie down in a space.
It builds their self-esteem when they know that they've achieved well. PE is a nice, happy lesson.
Breathe in and out.
That you can really become involved with the children and almost like more of a bit free time when you can have some real fun together.
Lovely. Good boy, young one. Good boy, Jacob. Shh, watch where you're going. Floating beautifully down the corridor.